Hello, darlings. Happy Friday the 13th. As you know, number 13 is very important. It's the letter M and the Milky Way, Marilyn Monroe, Mickey Mouse, Willy Wonka, Wombles of Wimbledon, WWMM, and we're coming into the MM. And it's all about the Milky Way, what we are about to experience. And it's all about this 13th sign of Fucius, which is being risen now. We're about to have a total lunar eclipse, which will be bang in between Scorpio, officially on Scorpio, on Antares. But it's all about the killing of the feminine axis, as we've just had the tail of the Milky Way in Scorpio for 18 months, and now it is just on the first degrees of Libra. And this is, they want to bring up this masculine energy, and Ophiuchus will kill Scorpio to rise on the opposite side. So I've got this on the 21st because we're going to be looking at this. You see Mercury's retrograde will be blinded on the Pleiades, on that last seventh sister, and she's not the true leg. Taurus is going to be heralded as the new Omicron, MC Orion. And this, we've got at the moment the head of the snake on Algol, moving out of Taurus past 18 months to make the Alpha Aries, where Uranus is, what hasn't been since World War II, Uranus there, and Omega Libra, the masculine axis. So the moon will be in Scorpio, and we've got these dates. It's on the 16th of May, and then I'm going to be showing you what happens on the 19th, and then I've put this 21, which is the retro period of Mercury 777, with this last leg, this last 7 on the 7th sister of the Pleiades here, which is very much the A lie N, the fake North Polaris, N, the Martins, the Mars and Jupiter, tin, iron and tin. So let's have a little look at this roundup from now, and then I'll tell you what's going on. I'll tell you what I've been up to. But let's just begin by looking at from today, from the 13th. So I have spoken about for a long time, everything I've spoken about is happening now. And I know that you're not always able to make those connections, but all the past videos speak about what we're living right now, but we're right in it. We're about to go through the ultraviolence, Milky Way core, really rising our vibrations, but you've got to be able to keep that middle ground. And that's what BONO, Skull and Bono playing in the Ukraine metro with the ultraviolet lights and the tunnel and the escalator is showing us. Everyone thinks, laughing at BONO in Ukraine, but I'll be showing you the pictures. It's a lot deeper. You've always got to be able to see further. So from today, we've got Pluto, which is retrograde, and he is ending his Say-10 passage. So he's been all the way around the wheel from Pisces, which was all the Victorian era. And I may as well just show you that so you understand. Let's put, he was there 1766, and we'll have to go back a little bit. So 1766. So 1766, Pluto was still in Sagittarius, where he is now. And then he moved into, here he is, this little red light here. And then he moved into Capricorn in 1775. Then he goes through Saturn's home, Earth, Capricorn, High Cardinal Earth, and then he moved into Aquarius in 1790, and then he began his Say-10, the 2 houses of Jupiter, Sagittarius, Jude Paul, Pisces, Jude Pete. So he moved in, right, so this is very important, in 1813, and he went through the whale of the unconscious collective. He went through Cetus for 56 years. There he is, going through Cetus. That's a very long time. He normally spends about 20 years in a sign. So he's still in Cetus. So he went straight from Cetus to Taurus and was underneath the beast, going through Aries for part of that time, because Pisces, so let's see. So actually it was 56 years in Cetus, but 30 years in Pisces, because you see the constellation is just here. He just moved over into Aries, 1844, and then he moved into Taurus there in 1870. So that was, you know, all the period of the Victorian era, the Theosophical Society, Aleister Crowley, Madame Blavatsky, and the philosophers, and the this was the rising. This was the time that Uranus was discovered. So we had Carl Jung, and Carl Jung was, you know, a real founder of opening up the doors to mental awareness, to our subconscious, unconscious minds. And then Pluto's been all the way round, and he's now in Sagittarius doing his last little retrograde before he comes into the Twin Peaks. And Pluto is in the home of Jupiter, and we've got Neptune that just entered into Pisces, and the last time that Neptune was here, entered, was 1857. So this is all the connection with the Industrial Revolution, and this is, you know, this is the opening. This is the 2 last doors that you've got to get through, the 12th and the 9th, and this is what Jupiter uses. He has no air, he has no earth. He's there creating Merlin instead of this goat fish. So we've got Put in, that's the Virgo girls. Put means whore. I've been explaining that for a while, this energy of the Virgo girl. And they're bringing in this, you know, we've got all the Virgo girls with their guns in Ukraine. So as Pluto enters Capricorn, it is the rising of the Virgo generation girls. And that energy is being misused. And they would much rather use the younger generation of the Pluto in Libra, that narcissistic energy, when we have to go through the humble Florence Night in, Put in, Gales, Galois, Gaulois. We have to go through the Virgo girl, humble energy, and her rising into the isolated power of this Capricorn. But they're giving us Lara Croft and Peter Pan. You know, they're giving us Jupiter ascending, the Sagittarius older man, guru, with the young La Marianne, and the Paris Olympics, which will be between the 26th of July 2024 and the 11th of August, which we'll look at as well. Okay, so Neptune entered Pisces just for the partial solar eclipse date that we had. We had the Jupiter and Venus exalted, Jupiter the ruler of Pisces and Sagittarius, and we had here the new moon, partial solar eclipse, conjunct Uranus, Sun, that black moon energy of the Aries for 1 month. Mercury was on the Pleiades, it hadn't gone retrograde yet, so that was, and then on the 5-2, which is going to be mirrored with the 20th of the 5th, which is the name of the horse, London 52, that won Badminton, which is the 5-star most famous horse event that I'm going to be showing you a few posts. I'm going to be showing you posts from the past 2 weeks, and then a few important things that we've missed in the last 2 months that have been going on. So that number is going to be mirrored for the 20th of May. That was the May day, the 5-1, when Neptune entered. So he officially entered Pisces on the 5-2 day. So that's the horse that won with the rider Laura Colette. So that's LC, Lara Croft. And we've got Saturn conjunct Vesta. Vesta is an asteroid of, there are 4 main asteroids within our solar system which represent the lost parts of the female energy. Vesta is the Virgo, it is the healer, so very much the energy that we want to be rising, these Virgo girls rising, taking their power as the bitch in the best possible sense. I'll be reading you posts which explain this more deeply, but it's being perverted to be used in a different way. So we've got Mars then still in Aquarius, but Jupiter is going to make the splash. All this is happening on the whale's tail, and that is the famous mermaid film Splash with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. The splash is coming, and at the same time this lunar eclipse coming up. So let's move on. So then the sun has moved into Taurus. We've got the head of the North Node floating here just in Aries under Algol. So today we're the 13th. And we've got Mars just about to enter into Pisces. The last time that Mars was in Pisces was when Andromeda, can I pronounce it? The pirate boat in the Isle of Wight, the pirates took the power. Mars represents Perseus here, that takes the power which originally comes from the monster, from the unconscious collective, from this energy. He kills the sea monster, he kills the female energy, and now we're about to have on the 16th for this lunar eclipse on ScorpiO, and that is when this 13th sign takes the Milky Way as his, an eternal waging war with the snake, and in between 2030 and 2032. The head of the Milky Way will be in Isis. Isis is being very much demonized with these terrible camps going on at the moment in Syria. And there's, you know, and the whole NATO energy of what's really going on in these, in Ukraine, and this dark energy that they're using of Isis when we've got these last 9 years to really merge the rising snake and the eagle that carries air, the snake, Scorpio again. So to really rise and merge. So this is the time of Aleph Tav, because we've got the North Node right on Algol in Aries, and this is the Aleph Tav, and the Tav is again number 22. We've got Black Betty, we've got Buffalo Bill, we've got Catch 22 going on, when the true V, number 22, is when you get past this 12th door, when you get past Pisces. So this was the eclipse, the partial eclipse that was on the 30th of April. So you see here that was right on Aries, Alpha, Omega. And then we had May Day. I think it's best I show this all to you on the posts. Show that to you on the post. Let's go to May the 16th. So May the 16th, we've got this Taurus. We've got the Sun in Taurus. We've got Mercury retrograde. Let me show you Mercury retrogrades. So let's find, here's Mercury. Okay, I just got interrupted. So let's just show you the Milky Way. So the jellyfish, Medusa, this is on, this you get, so yeah, Mercury, that's what I was showing you. So let's come back to Mercury. So we had badminton horse trials, which was on Sunday, so 13th today. Let's come back. So Mercury was stationary for that day. Mercury moving forwards, and then it was on the 7th, 8, 9, 10, 11. It was on the 8th. Yep, it was on the 8th. So Mercury was stationary, and then he's going back. He's getting more and more invisible. The Sun moves into Taurus, and we got Algol. Algol here. So we've got the North Node right here in conjunction. This is the Aleph Tav. This is the rising of the Me Too feminist bullies. We had all the abortion coming back again. This is all part of the feminist movement. It's all part of this aggressive Taurus. It's just fixed. It's fixed. It's not the adaptable energy of the Virgo. It's a fixed energy. And it also represents commerce. That's why there's the bull in front. So, you know, this axis of Scorpio Taurus is about value, possessions, money. And this is where the eclipse is. So then we've got on the 19th, they're absolutely conjunct under the Pleiades. And then we've got that 5-2 again the two five-pointed stars, the two north stars. We're doing the flip from Polaris to Vega with Draco in the middle. And we've got at Toulouse the big rugby match this weekend. So this is what I've got to show you on my... So the Milky Way, this lineup, axis 16, right on Antares on ScorpiO, we've got this Milky Way cuts. This is the JFK cuts. This is the rising of Aleph Tav and using Alpha Omega and the killing of ScorpiO. Okay, I'm going to read you some posts. So this is something I just noticed that popped up on the Thunderbolts. So we've got Greta Thunder, Thunderbirds, Thunderbolts, and this just came out, and it's showing us this plasma bubble that we're going to be going through. So let's turn off the sounds, get rid of that. So the Milky Way's plasma bubble network, and I've always spoken to you about here. I've got the vortex on my land, the N, and I've got Richard Green on my left, Richard Green on my right, where Kate and William came in 2016, which is 216, which is 666. 3 times 72 is 216. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. It's the summer solstice. And this little video is very much, it's just came out on the 8th of May. So the moment that Mercury was retrograde, we've got the big 777. And this little video is also shows, like in Narnia, the whirlpools are pulled. So here's the bullseye, the targets, and they're showing, so we're going through this plasma events. And so I just put something from the Magician's Nephew, the 2 green rings, RG Roman Greeks, NRG, North Pole Maypole. What on earth, C.S. Lewis? What on earth's going wrong, said Polly in a frightened voice, but not quite so frightened as you might expect, because it's hard to feel really frightened in that wood. The place is too peaceful. So it's all about their green rings, and so of course it won't work. We're still wearing our yellow rings. They're for the outward journey, you know. The green ones take you home. We must change rings. Have you got pockets? Good. Put your yellow ring in your left. I've got 2 greens. Here's one for you. They put on their green rings and came back to the pool. But before they tried another jump, Diggory gave a long, "Oh, what's the matter?" said Polly. "I've just had a really wonderful idea," said Diggory. "What are all the other pools? How do you mean?" "Why, if we can get back to our own world by jumping into this pool, mightn't we get somewhere else by jumping into one of the others? Supposing there was a world at the bottom of every pool." "But I thought we were already in your Uncle Andrew's other world or other place or whatever he called it." "Oh, bother Uncle Andrew," interrupted Diggory. "I don't believe he knows anything about it. He never had the pluck to come here himself. He only talked of one other world, but suppose there were dozens. You mean this wood might be only one of them?" "No, I don't believe this wood is a world at all. I think it's just an of in-between place, the space between each breath." Polly looked puzzled. "Don't you see?" said Diggory. "No, do listen. Think of our tunnel under the slates at home. It isn't a room in any of the houses. In a way, it isn't really part of any of the houses. But once you're in the tunnel, you can go along it and come out into any of the houses in the row. Mightn't this wood be the same? A place that isn't in any of the worlds, but once you found that place you can get into them all. Well, even if you can, began Polly, but Diggory went on as if he hadn't heard her. And of course that explains everything, he said. That's why it's so quiet and sleepy here. Nothing ever happens here, like at home. It's in the houses that people talk and do things and have meals. Nothing goes on in the in-between places. Behind the walls and above the ceilings and under the floor, or in our own tunnel. But when you come out of our tunnel, you may find yourself in any house. I think we can get out of this place into jolly well anywhere. We don't need to jump back into the same pool we came up by, or not just yet. The wood between the worlds, said Polly dreamily. It sounds rather nice. So this is the period, this next 3 weeks, this galactic, we've got the galactic line. This is not the Sirius Altair, true Galactic. We're now moving into this space. We're moving to the true merging as Aquarius and Capricorn merge. All the other cardinal and fixed signs merge, and they want to rise Taurus as the MC. And, it depends where you're looking on the cross. It depends what part of the world you're living in, what north, south, west, east. It depends, but you can place the new ascending with Taurus at this moment in time where we are, but it's not officially the closing of the Milky Way when the North Node will be on Scorpio. This is bringing in the Joker. This is the Joker period. This is rising Lucifer. This is Lucy and Mr. Tumnus. So, come on, said Diggory. Which pool shall we try? Look here, said Polly. I'm not going to try any new pool till we've made sure that we can get back by the old one. We're not even sure if it'll work yet. Yes, said Diggory, and get caught by Uncle Andrew and have our rings taken away before we've had any fun. No thanks. Couldn't we just go part of the way down into our own pool, said Polly, just to see if it works? Then if it does, we'll change rings and come up again before we're really back in Mr. Kettley's study. So Mr. Kettley, the kettle, don't forget that Sagittarius is the Sagittarius is the kettle. It is the Mad Hatter's tea party. There's the kettle. Can we go part of the way down? Well, it took a little time coming up. I suppose it'll take a little time going back. So Jack and Jill, Polly and Diggory, Virgo and Gemini, and Andrew, the professor, the mad professor, playing, normally Aquarius is considered the visionary, mad Einstein professor, white hair, but we're dealing with Andrew, the Joker, St. Andrew's Cross, the Skull and Bone, the Morrison. Here's a picture from Lars, and you see here, so this is the Milky Way. We've got north, south, east, west, and we've got Taurus, rising Ra. This is Aleph Tav, Aries, Taurus, and the Milky Way is currently just still floating between the 21st of the 6th summer solstice before it moves officially onto Taurus. So this is still, rising there, Sirius Altair, and the true merging, as you see here, Aquarius, Capricorn, the Sun and the Moon merge, and here we've got Scorpio and Libra. There's the eagle that carries the snake, and it's always, we've got this is the Giza and the Sphinx. So now we've got the pyramids of Giza here, and here he's put the 3 stars, form a halt here, which is, so it's, you know, it was once Orion's belt, but now we're coming back. We're on that gap between Pisces and Aquarius. So they are artificially bringing up this east-west, as the new solstice, and Taurus. You know, we've got to bring, this is Scorpio that's going to rise with Libra to take up here. Midnight Express, the film, Turkey. This is, you know, this is the energy, that this is the film, this is the, this is the fake rising now. They're showing you the Psyche ultraviolet violence tunnel we are entering now. Toulouse, over 25,000 tickets have already been sold for Leinster's semi-final clash against fellow European heavyweights Toulouse in next Saturday's Heineken Champions Cup at the Aviva Stadium. So there's that, and there's a rugby match. I was actually looking for the rugby match. But we've got this ultraviolet. So there's some series on Netflix which is called Ultraviolet, which is about the stadium in Toulouse. So, you know, I'll be showing you. So here, so that's that. This is it's about the Toulouse Football Club, which is the sword in the stone. It's the T in the S, T.S. Eliot. And there were only 5 episodes. We got the 5 again. So then we had the SpaceX launch on May the 6th. Again, Falcon 9, SpaceX. So he was first launched at 3:22, and that is my postcode 3229. And here is, so this is the picture they show of Bono. There's the tunnel, there's the ultraviolet. This is the Milky Way, the ultraviolet passage. This is the Green Man driving the chariot with Lucy, with Dorothy as the 4th leg. This is this series. That's the Ready Break series. So you've got to have your own ability to find your world between worlds, your space, to find your own spacesuit bubble, to, you know, completely illuminate your heart core. Something just happened in Cape. Yeah, that SpaceX was set off at Cape's core. So that was the Christmas tree we've covered outside Fox News. This is London Grammar, To Lose Your Heads, dressed as the 7th sister with the ultraviolet colours in her last album. This is what's truly meant to be happening. The snake rises. It's the eagle carrying the snake, the scorpion. So I put here, total lunar eclipse to kill the gene of Isis, Genesis 3:22, the expulsion from paradise begins. In Paris, Monday the 16th of May 2022 at 3:32 in Paris. Maximum eclipse at 6:11, that's 9:11. Moon on the snake on the pole, the fiery serpent maypole, Mayday, Midi, Libra, Scorpio, bang on tribe of Dan, Holy Grail, merging of the eagle that carries the Milky Way snake of wisdom again. An opposite sun in Taurus, Aleph Tav, the new equator line, Milky Way snake Scorpio is killed. Mercury retrograde in Taurus, where the sun MC Orion sits. 19th of May, the flip-flop of 16, 21, 777 retrograde, Mercury. 21st of May, Mercury blinded by the sun, retro under the Pleiades, 7th sister, last leg. It's not the true last leg, but they're using her as the last leg to rise Taurus. Sun in Taurus conjunct Medusa, Algol, also conjunct Mercury, invisible and retro in Taurus over Pleiades, ruler Venus exalted in Pisces. Venus rules Libra too, where Ketu, tail of snake, sits. Head of snake, Rahu, North Node, conjunct Sun in Aries and the tail in Libra, and Uranus still in Aries. Neptune just in Pisces, that 5-2, the name of the horse that won badminton, London 5-2. Badminton is just Paddington, bad. It's the same as Pad, it's Paddy, the green man. Knightin, Putin. This is the green man that you just saw in The Wizard of Oz on the chariot, taking Dorothy in his other two legs, carrying the three legs of the lion, the scarecrow and the tin man, and Dorothy, the new A-lion. So Neptune just in Pisces, first time since 1857, conjunct Jupiter, ruler of Pisces, and Sagittarius, Jupiter in Pisces domicile, also conjunct Mars, ruler of Aries. Mars enters Pisces the 19th of May, waning gibbous moon on Antares, Sagittarius, rotating star. 19th of May. Okay, so on the 19th, moon on Altair, right there, and Mars just entering, and it will be conjunct, where's Pluto? Right, Pluto's going conjunct here, and then the moon. And then the moon, again, I've got, this is a big date, the 5-2, the 20th. We're going to have Pluto and the moon conjunct, Mars just entering on that whale's tail. This is going to be the splash. Mars enters Pisces, 19th of May, waning gibbous moon on Altair, Sagittarius, rotating Tsar, Saturn in Capricorn, Pluto in last degrees of Sagittarius, that's the four-wheel drive. Badminton's being sponsored by Mitsubishi, Japanese cars, and it's now sponsored by Mars Equestrian. This date corresponds to, so the 19th of May, this date corresponds to a rabbinic feast of obscure origin, according to several writings. This festival originates from the ancient writings of the Book of JOUR, also called the Book of Magic, a Kabbalistic magic called Lag Baomer. This festivity takes place by celebrating the fire of heaven, as well as the celestial wedding of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yoai, Galine rabbi of the 1st century. This event takes place on the 33rd day of the Omer, 30th of May, new moon on Bullseye, Aldebaran, 6-6, D-Day, waxing crescent moon on Regulus, Leo, baby lion. So that's the 21, and the Lord God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife, and he clothed them. 22, then the Lord God said, behold, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil, and now lest he reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life, and eat and live forever. 23, therefore the Lord God banished him from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. And 23, Pluto goes into Capricorn. 7 sisters, the Pleiades, 7 sisters, Bangladesh. There she is. London Grammar, Toulouse-Lautrec, the Black Madonna, the last leg. We've got the ultraviolets. We're going through this passage, ultraviolet, ScorpiO, ultraviolence, Lara Del Rey, the Ukraine girls, Mexico, that's where the partial solar eclipse was. It's the Libra that carries merging with Scorpio. the egg, Osiris, the rising of Isis Osiris. This is where I live. So again, there hasn't been an event, an Easter event. We'll be showing you this, but for the 322, the 22nd of March, all my roads being dug up, like in, we saw in Morocco for Ryan. Ryan means small king. It means little king. My great-grandmother was called Mary Ryan. She was portrayed as the May Queen in the London Portrait Gallery, brought up by Juliet Cameron, which I've told you about. She's called Ryan. And then we have D-Day, Saving Private Ryan. His 3 brothers were killed, 3 legs. He's the last son. He's the last soul. DIER. And my Happy, the Bull King, the name of my dog, was killed with the 8 bulls to open COVID 2019. And then on May the 22nd, they dug up all our road, all our village with the big cat, like they dug up the roads to Morocco for the well. And they left all the skulls and bones from the 100-Year War when our town was the capital of Armagnac. And what did they find? They found the Little Mermaid. They found a 14-year-old girl, only half her legs, her pelvis. And it was left for that whole week. All the skull and bones just left floating around. I told you it's all about the Venus and Mars, the rulers of Taurus and Libra, Venus, Scorpio, and Aries, Mars. It's all about Mars, iron, Venus, copper, and they've taken out the iron and they've replaced it. They've taken out all the iron waterworks and replaced it with plastic, and they've taken out all the copper Wi-Fi, and they've put optic fiberglass. And friends of mine in the village said that they woke up with a whole arc, you know, like a plasma event in the middle of our village, which is the 5-pointed star, which is in a direct line to the North Polaris. And just after the election, Macron, who won, he went to a direct line to me. He went to the Pyrenees to put flowers on the grave of his grandmother. So Killing Bill, Capricorn, to rise Merlin. So yeah, and there we've got Toulouse. We've just had him, they brought out the bull again. And that was the famous setting off at 22 minutes past 3, Falcon X9, my postcodes. So here's the ultraviolet spectrum. It's very much like the pH. So you got to have the middle ground. You've got to have the green rings. You've got to have your 2 green Taurus fields to find your own center, and it's at 55. Okay, lots going on here. We're painting all my shutters. A beautiful, that kind of colour with that kind of colour. So I was just saying goodbye to my friends who are helping me do that. Okay, so there again. Ultraviolence. We've got 2 worlds here. We've got, well, this is the map of the world. This is the two balls, the 2 green balls, the 2 green rings. It's the passage we're going through. So this is what's been happening to me. I've had a couple of being tortured. Marathon Man, go and watch the film Marathon Man. The whole Toulouse, they're really getting into ultraviolet light in teeth. The teeth is the way to the brain, to the nervous system. And I'm dealing with, I have a tooth that died, so it fell out, but now I know why. It's from being struck 20 years ago in my right temple, and the the nerve, the tooth went. So I've just had a big drill, 15 millimeters up. And the thing is that there's no dentist. There's no dentist. There's no dentist that can carry on the work. For the moment, I can't find anybody till December. And I've been through one dentist that I had, she tried to kill a nerve, and all kinds of weird things that I've been going on. And this is very much the new works for teeth are, yeah, this is really how to get into the human. It's through the teeth, and this comes from another thing called ultraviolet. We've got the Lara Croft. This is the prism, the prison. It's the jellyfish. It's all happening on Algol. This is the JFK cuts. And that was what happened in Egypt, the rising of the mummies with Ramses. We've got the A and the purple, and this is the true closing of the 14 pieces of Osiris, one for all and all for one, gives you that fifth ultraviolet and the true crown, but you've got to be able to hold your own passage through. The FFF, 666, the French cock, and this is again ultraviolet. Milky Way. It's exactly where we've got these eclipses. The solar was on the Alpha Omega, and now the lunar is on the Taurus Scorpio Milky Way. I have done, you must just come. I've had my Victoria Cotton account taken down. Victoria LeBay is all my thoughts I just throw out 3 times a day, and there's no way we can catch up with all the work I've done, but I now know how to tap into the search. And I was looking for what went on in my village, the skull and bones being brought up, and a few things came up. So that was the 24th of April. 12th gate in Pisces, last leg door out, 3, 6, 9 and 12, last leg of mutable pirate, skull and bone cross, Falcon X, Andromeda. They took her power and give it to Virgo to raise Helen of Troy, the B22 instead of the V22. Constellation of Pisces is the V5, the true heart gate. Chiron's last just brought out a video on exactly that point, called See With Your Heart, and his front picture is that ultraviolet coming through as well. Up, that's Punky, my cat. Right, so true heart gate is through and past your fears. It's an illusion that you make real through your lack of discernment. Elon's SpaceX rockets are being used to attack on Andromeda as of last year and infiltrate the 12th gate that bridges Andromeda to Lyra. This is the network sending through the awakening codes to upgrade our life forces and break us out of the black cube takeover. Musk betrayed Andromeda in his past incarnations, choosing to attack and side with AI when part of the Metronic grid fell into the portal. So that little bit was being written by Julie Ann. Okay, so I think it's here. So we had the red pill, blue pill matrix to make the ultraviolets, all the electrons. So this is about the 5th wave, Hawaii 5-0, Hunter, the deer hunter, Instagram, which is just Aleph Tav, Catch 22, Alpha Omega, boom, bullseye, we're at the 5th wave, Nazar, the small village with monster waves, San Martin de Tours, 5th wave, this is in Portugal, the biggest waves. Goes that in the 12th century, an image of Our Lady of Nazareth, Mary, Mum of Jesus, saved the life of a local nobleman out deer hunting, the hunter, Paris, Texas. She miraculously stopped his galloping horse at the edge of a misty cliff. Thus he avoided a grisly death on the rocks below. Read the whole story here, then let us know if you take... Okay, so that's about... they showed this picture of the 5 waves. Putin, there were 5 waves of NATO's expansion. This is Nazare, the famous SAR, France's 5th wave of COVID. Greece and NATO, so the row where they're bringing in the Hellenistic calendar. This is all something I cover in my teaching course. I'll take you to see it at the end. Why did Greece want to join NATO? What was its role in securing Allied territory during the Cold War? Enjoys some Greek art as well as unique vintage films and photos depicting life in the cities as well as the remotest parts of the country in the 1950s. We are equally convinced that the organisation of a truly efficient system of collective security constitutes the best means of preserving peace and ensuring justice and liberty and fulfilment of the most ardent aspirations of the Greek nation. 5th wave, COVID, the D wave, black box, the Q, 5G, upside down and upright, the 5th wave, the film, NATO enlargement in 5 waves, the 5th element, there's the algal, the Medusa. We're coming up to this right now with the lunar eclipse. And this is the statue of the Instagram surfing the waves of Pisces, the beast. This is bringing up their Saint Martin de Tours, Bambi's killed, bringing up the stag Saint Martin de Tours. He kills Saint Saturnin in Toulon. Got the 2 little boys. The 5th element. There's that blue, beam me up, Scotty, Dr. Strangelove, and this. So I had a dream of exactly this plane stationary above my village, and I couldn't move forward. It was like a plasma magnetic force. And then I'll be showing you, there is somebody I've discovered who does very, very good videos. And every single video he does, so I've left him, I put little comments. I really don't know who he is because he's really behind the screen. I think he might be French, but he does absolutely brilliant videos, 3-4 minutes long. And everything I've been talking about, he brings up in the videos, and he's done, and more. And he's totally in sync. So just after I had that dream, he showed, and I've done posts, but as I say, I've just got so much posts and work that I can't keep up. Black Sea. So yeah, the film is the Black Sea, and there is this, there was the bringing down by the Russian state, so war has already escalated. So there's this submarine warship, so yeah, in this dream, I was with my ex-mother-in-law that was called Mushka. We called her Mushka, which she had nothing to do with anything. It was just an affectionate name to call her. And then I found out that this missile, this boat that comes down was struck by, the boat was called Moskva. So I found that was on the 22nd of April. I was having that. So he does these, it says this video is only 1:34, and they cut straight to the point of everything going on. He's called Una. When I have strong premonition dreams, they're very, very strong. So it was in my village, I couldn't move, and there was a stationary black plane, which looks exactly like in one of his videos. He shows, there's the plane. There's the, so up. We don't want to come back to Punky. And very much like that. I've been talking about Doctor Strangelove, NATO, 50. Right, we're going through that. This is the Dauphin, so all the linkies, all the smart meters are in place. This is Uranus, it's the same symbol as Uranus. The diving duck, D-Day. Is that SpaceX? And Macron kissing the head. Right. So Lara Croft, 1st of May, May Day. Bingo, B22, Black Moon, Black Betty, Black Madonna, Dark Side of the Moon rising in Ukraine. The tomb is your 5th element. It's when you leave the Batman cave. When I am, Willy, Willy, I am. 64, 46, she's 46 years old. 64, humans typically have 23 chromosomes or 46 chromosomes in total. So she was in Ukraine for May Day. There's a strange selection of posts that came up here. I'm going to take you to see. So number 70, Colette. Colette wrote the book Gigi, which I've been talking a lot about. Gigi is the story of the Lolita, of the young girl, and she's brought up like in My Fair Lady by a man called Gaston. That's the region I live in. This is the canton, the canard. I have better posts to show that. It seems that I had another post, declassified government data reveals in stellar meteor. So again, it's all about the matador, the meteor, the meats. It's symbolic of the egg. You implode or you explode every time Pluto meets Pan. Makes the cat, peak, Capricorn, goat, fish, 3-2-2-2-2-3, skull and bones. Stop the natural process to keep humanity below the JFK diaphragm. Met, meat, meatloaf, metador. It's the wand of Merlin is meatloaf. Remote, meteor, remote, pain, pain. Pain is a loaf of breads. Pluto is under Antares. This is in April, 17th of April. Now Pluto goes retro. May Day, Midday, Maypole. On the 1st of May, Pluto enters Capricorn. Pluto's last entered Capricorn. So yeah, that's in 1775. That's going to be in 2023 that he enters. So the expulsion, I've read that. Metador, bullfighter whose task is to kill the bull. Meteor, a small body of matter from outer space. Meet, a gathering of riders and hounds before a hunt begins. Philosopher's stone in Western alchemy, an unknown substance also called the tincture or the powder, sought by alchemists for its supposed ability to transform base metals into precious ones, especially gold and silver. Alchemists also believed that an elixir of life could be derived from it. Yes, of course, we had Jordan Maxwell, which that's just Jupiter, Mercury, Jupiter. He died on the 22nd of the 3rd as well. This is all skull and bones. So on the 2nd of March, that was this year. So this was all just as they were bringing up, and they discovered all the bones. So this is the labyrinth on Incy Wincy, on the labyrinth on our church. And they're replacing all the iron with plastic, the water pipes. So they've dug up all the roads. They've waited 20 years to do it on this date. Here is the 5-pointed star and direct line to the Pic de Midi, the Polaris. So they put the Mars symbols all over the road before they begin the work. There it is. And these are just pictures in the newspapers at the same time. It was all the beginning. Okay, so this is before we see all the bones coming up. So that was on the 2nd. So this was when they were beginning to dig up all the roads. all around the church. So you see it's the Rue de Saturnin. This is the saint killed, dragged behind a bull where the church is. This is the Free Martin, the two bulls where they kill the red doors. That was the year that Happy was killed, and now they're bringing back. So these is all the piping, all the works going on. So you see you've got the different doors. That's the shadow, port C, it's just astrology. This is Fomerholt, the chapel. So not, and then yeah, this is the horses. They've got a rodeo. So this is the Paris, Texas. We've got Buffalo. We've got a Buffalo place, and we've got this place, Carchette City, CC. All the cowboys now. Okay, I found the post, the 22nd of March. These is when all the bones were brought up. So here you've got the changing the magnetic, because the north-south is going to be Capricorn, Aquarius, Sun, Moon closing, and they're bringing up Taurus. So here we've got this is before they started having all the bones, but this is the half of the body. I'm not sure if they'd already taken her out. You can see a bone here, but there was just half the body of the girl from the pelvis. So exactly what there's Saint Saturnin being pulled behind the bull. And to this day, the works are still going on. The roads are all blocked. So you see, the north-south node is always on that autumn-spring equinox, that head and the tail of the snake, the celestial sphere. The ecliptic moves round, and every 18 months we have a new axis of signs on that north-south node. It's the hypothetical point of where the sun and the moon's path cross, which gives us the eclipses. So it's all about the last leg. That's why we've got D'Artagnan here. And this is the splitting of the Milky Way that we're about to have. And this is the correct closure, and this is what's happening now. They're bringing up Jupiter, they're bringing up Taurus, Taurus with here, Taurus as MC Orion, and they're crucifying the fixed cross in the mutable gap. It's the north-south node, dragons, head and tail of the snake, killing ScorpiO, Saint Martin de Tours. So we're right at that passage now. So I don't have more pictures. I have posted a lot of pictures of all the skulls, but it's not. So this is the N, the 22 of the Taurus. This is Aleph Tav happening right now. And bullseye. Okay. So nearly there at the G MONT, the G, this is this place here, which is this last piece of motorway that they have just finished. So G MONT to Toulouse is again that 46 minutes, the age of Angelina Joe the Lie, the Joker being brought up, Ophiuchus. So it's this last little journey, G MONT, it's the mount of the G, and here's the Isle, l'Île de Jourdain, which is the Nile, the Jordan, And they've just done this last little bit of motorway, 13 kilometers for that 13th sign. There's that Amy Winehouse who came back as the girl killed by 93 dogs. And this is the winner of badminton. So Laura Collette won 22 badminton today. The 32-year-old Gloucestershire finished 4.6 penalties. So again, that 46. 32 years old, 23 DNA strands. She finished on a score of 21, which is the 777. Her horse was called London 52. So, again, so yeah, I checked out her birth start. So she's got Regulus on Leo. She's got Mars in Leo. Okay, I don't need to go over that. But so she's called Laura Colette. And then this little bit here, Colette Sidonie Gabrielle Collette, known mononymously as Colette, was a French author and woman of letters. She was a mime, actress, and journalist. Very famous in France. Colette is best known in the English-speaking world for her 1944 D-Day book, Gigi, which was the basis for the 1958 film and the 1973 stage production of the same name. So there's Lara Croft, and there's Gigi, which is the 99, which is the two double 90 degrees, 99 red balloons, which is the two last legs. So he's called Gaston with the top hat, like in My Fair Lady, with the top hat. My Fair Lady is from this story, Gigi. It's the same thing. So again, the videos from this person, active imagination, confrontation with the unconscious. It's all about Carl Jung. Neptune, imagination, Chiron's last key, Jupiter and Neptune, rulers of Pisces, and Venus exalted in Pisces. All in Pisces, the unconscious collective, the Moby sleeping dick is here. Mars nearly there too. All the work of Carl Jung was preparation for now, how to find your inner world and be conscious of the subconscious. This is a post I did on the big splash. Is still to come. Pluto, the subconscious mind, is currently retro in Sagittarius after 15 years in mutable fire. The journey from Pisces to Sagittarius was 10 signs. Pluto was in Pisces and Cetus, the Leviathan, from 1814 to 1870. That was the unconscious belly of the collective when mass preparation for the new age was begun, the Industrial Revolution. Jupiter rules Pisces and Sagittarius, and Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces. Neptune just entered Pisces' 12th house, and Pluto will move forward on 9/11 to enter on 9/11 to enter Capricorn. In April 2023, last time Pluto entered Capricorn was in 1776. So that was a post I'd done 1 year before. It's very long. So I just show you the pictures so you remember what I was doing. They just found this whale in London that died. It's a whale's tail, Ra, rising the eagle because Jupiter has no wings. That's Isis. That's Isis. And you know, this is not for Taurus. The whale's tail, the jellyfish, the diaphragm, the man, de Fatima, up and closed, upside down and upright, just like the peace sign. So these are all things, this is what I mean. Everything, I've already covered everything. It's all just happening now. So we even saw Suez as the whale's tail. Eris with the wings, she's the liberator. Lucifer, and you get the whale's tail right there on the arse as well. So we're at Will I Am, Save Willie, Save Private Ryan, Save the Last Leg, and the hunter with the bow, which makes upside down, it makes the tails well. William Tell, Rossini, William Tell's Overture, William Tell, the Fifth Symphony and the famous Five. They're bringing in the Free Martins, Mars and Venus. It's all about Mars and Venus, the ruler of those two signs merging on the east-west. Martin's Garden, the whale's tail as the phoenix. That's not a phoenix, that's a diving whale's tail. The horseshoe of the Milky Way, those are the 299. It's the same thing as the 7. The 299 degrees is our voice. They're going to become the 1. Hawaii 5-0. They make 1 at that 55 point on the ultraviolet ray to make this turquoise in the middle. Hawaii 5-0 to crucify Aquarius in the gap. Psyche and Eros. The cycle of Venus, it's the whale's tail. So this is all stuff I've covered, and it's all just happening, but not everybody can join those dots. Toulouse, the football rugby club, is the T-bone steak. It's the whale's tail. There's the dead whale from last year. The Caduceus of Hermes. The whale's tail. The diving dove. D-Day. So this is where we are. The Tesla showing the wings on the car. And the 2 horns. Okay, I keep getting interrupted. So again, it's the Martin, the Tesla, everything I've showed. There's the whale that died, Cornwall, Penzance. That was all. This was a pose from 2021. Okay. To finish, and then I'll just show you my new site and my course. So total lunar eclipse to kill the Genovisis. We've already read that. These are the pictures which I've shown you, and the chart. So that's the 16th, right on that line of Algol, exactly what they want, with Mercury retrograding between Aldebaran and Algol, and the North Node in Aries, Aleph Tav. Uranus opposite the Moon, the people, and then Mars about to enter on the 19th into Pisces, and Saturn right bang in the middle of Aquarius and Capricorn. And we've got this big square between the north-south node, 2 90-degree angles, 99, Gigi. That's what that film, that rider winning badminton, is about. And there he is, Saint-Martin-de-Tours. The axis of that, this is the red, yellow, this is Libra and Aries, fire and air and fire, and we've got the feminine axis being killed, Scorpio, and rising Taurus, Saint-Martin-de-Tours. It's all about this. We've got a big event tomorrow for the rugby between Ireland and Toulouse, I think, in Toulouse. This is today, the 13th sign. We're going through this gap. You've got to find your own 13th core. Space rocket was set off from Cape Core, the core of the Milky Way. We're going through the core, and that was that setting off. So where I live, we have Florence, Nightingale, Gaul. This was the war film by the Normans, the Isle of Wight. We've got Banbury, the head of the snake, where Andromeda was found. And I had a girlfriend called Norman who, on the official day that Saturn went to Capricorn on tropical astrology, she was buried at St. Helens at Banbury at the Snake. And, you know, this is the Nightingale girl rising. This is Virgo. So I'm going to come to this last post I've done here. This is some girl that calls herself the bitch. This is the top rider in the world, Olympic rider. And he was caught whipping a horse. And the girl was called Chloe, which is representative of Pisces. Chloe is the green shoot. It's not the green man coming up. And she gave her a platform to expose. So I wrote about this. This is what the Pluto and Virgo generation is. It's their time. You have been given Greta Pippi Longstocking climate change crap. You have been given Bridget Jones. You have been given Mad Donna. But they never show you what the bitch does so well. They are the Florence Nightingales. They are the Poot Whore In, because they stand up for others. In 1968, so I'm 1968, but I got Pluto in Leo retrograde, but he had entered Virgo in 1968 to 1989. Pluto and Virgo generation is here. The energy is being manipulated to bring out the darkest energy, aka Lara Croft, Ukraine, girls with guns, or the whore. But Virgo is the nun, the nurse, the one who is humble. Notre Dame fell, grace on the island. It's on an island, Notre Dame, in the middle of Paris on an island. It looks like an eye when you look at it from above. The Eiffel Tower has no mercy. They have risen the Black Madonna, the Gas, the Con Ass. Virgo is caring. She wants to be of service to the attunement of the soul's essential values. She is Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Tess, LA Woman, Tesla, and Rose Red and Black Betty. She is Gloria that opens the doors sung Gloria, all about this girl. The Poot is in. She is the child that speaks to animals, but she can be vulgar and she can be crude. She is the woman of the next 20 years from 2023 to 38. Pluto is in high cardinal Earth, aka the fish, goat, the government. They will give you Merlin and Arthur, Lara Croft and Peter Pan, Jupiter ascending crap, when it's all over to you girls, rising as the isolated authority and power that will change the future of our world. They want to use her as the Me Too Europa bully, the fake feminist. So this is all from the suffragettes, from the Victorian age, from the last time, Pluto Neptune's passage through Pisces, when she is essential for bringing in the new Earth. They would rather silence her and bring in the Pluto and Libra and Scorpio Harry Potter generations. We need you, the Virgo generation, first. It's your time. Pluto in your element, in Earth, moving into Capricorn. From next year, you rise in your power, as so many of you have tried and taken your lives. So many of you have known extreme suffering. Your role is here now. They are terrified of your humble, unassuming sense of individuality, and that's why you got to stand up for yourselves and what is true, or you will bring us into the black mirror. So she's a very good example of how to use this bitch properly, standing up in the horse world, exposing things which are not right. Blog on my site, this says these are posts I did, the blackjack hole. So this, somebody posted the original, so these are all different posts I did. This why, you know, in my blog everything is covered of what's happening now. There's 4 posts, and then somebody posted Operation Blackjack, the full side slow. You go look that up. So this is pretty much what we're coming up to now. The demonization of ISIS going on by the NATO gang. These are the concentration camps going on. This is very much the energy. Turkey, Midnight Express. So again, London 5-2. This is the horse and the lady who won. And, you know, everything about, this is Aska who shared that post. They chose 4 riders to interview after yesterday's Mars Bad My Ton Cross. It's Min. I don't know why I've got my there. Number 70, 106. So they showed 3 numbers. The number 106, a girl called March. They showed the 19 and the 52. And they showed Elon, Jonelle, Price, JP, Jude, Pete and Paul. That makes all for one, one for all. 70 is 7, 7 out of 106. 19 is 1, Akka the same as 7, and 52 is 777. The 4 angles, angels on the cross, they help us. They work constantly with our subconscious, unconscious minds to help people find the last leg. Horses for the courses. Very few will find the 5th element of the Tsar. Yeah, that was a translation. So, you know, it's all about badminton. We are spirits autopiloting and navigating our vessel, horse, car, plane, boat from another realm. We have been trapped in the physical flesh animal experience for a long time. That's what Avatar was about, connecting the subconscious to the conscious again and rising from riding the horse to merging the dragon. In Avatar, they had to go from the horse to riding the dragon. Beast, bad, body with the good, the head, mind, to the tail, telltale, bad and the ugly, the good, the bad and the ugly. You must find the min, bad, min, ton, tone. Body, soul, mind, spirit is the cross you bear, Paddington Bear. 4 legs, the badminton, and you make the all for one, one for all to find the 5th element. Your aether, 2 arms, 2 legs and a head. If you want to get a head, get a hat, cardinal cross, cap, or remain in the hero cape. That's Jude, Pete and Paul. The only sport in the world that lets men, women, masculine, feminine, active, passive compete on the same terms is horses, because it's about becoming conscious of driving your own vessel, of the cross you bear. Cross country, it's the cross country, the cross you bear. Through tests of life, becoming the higher mind. Today, more and more young people are becoming Grand Cardinal Cross Masters, being the driver of their physical experience. That's what Wars, Mars, Aleph, and Peace, Libra, Omega is about. Hence the Johnny Depp court case. Yes, we've got all the Johnny Depp. That all started as the North-South node went into Alpha, Omega, judgments. That's what that court case is about. And again, demonizing, it's very much, I haven't seen any of it, but obviously, you know, the woman is, they're bringing up the Skull and Bone. I think she played the part of the red-headed mermaid. This is the, you know, the death of Pisces, the emotional sea monster. It's the same thing. The feminine water axis is Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. The head of the snake in Aries, tail in Libra, justice. The Holy Grail is when the snake finds wings again. So this sport has been going since 1946. And this is, we're now at When I Am, William Tale, 64. Old video of Lavette, the riddle of the Sphinx and ancient Babylon, the horizontal solstice, line Nile, depending on the precession of the equinoxes, the AC/DC, MC/IC changes signs as the wheel La Roue turns and the merry-go-round goes up and down. How you view the NEWS news, it's the fixed cross, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, that merges again with the cardinal cross, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer. Mutable cross is always on a tilt, Tipperary, same yellow-blue flag as Ukraine. We end Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces. Again, Empire, 216 million turnover, 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. 216 is the MC summer solstice. The sun moves 1 degree per 72 years. 72, 72, 72 is 216. Akka the 3 degrees. Kings, Merlin, Orion, MC Orion, Omicron is where the sun currently sits on the Midsummer Night's Dream, Solstice on the 21st of the 6th, on the Wand, Meatloaf of Merlin, Merline, MC, was Gemini, and now will be Taurus. Venus rules Taurus, and Mars rules Scorpio, the Milky Way snake horizon, aka WWMN. Scorpio should be the new MC, but MC Orion, Omicron, the Rocky Horror, Pick Nick, at Hanging Rock, Rocco, Rocky, Eye of the Tiger. We're in the year of the 2022 Tiger, Water, Merlion. This is Melon. This is the chapeau, the hat, the bowler hat. Bowl in French is called the Melon. Merlion is being crowned, Rocco. So this is Sir Rocco 40 is 76, aka 13-4. So again, at 13 years old, he played with Michael Caine, MC, Cain and Abel, Gemini twins, 13-13. So 76 is 13. And at 13 years old, he played Michael Caine, which gives us the MM. The Milky Way is becoming Mars, Ls. 4 times 4, 44. D-Day is MM, when the Milky Way becomes the MM, Mars. Blackjack, 21-6, Midsummer Night's Dream. So hotel boss Sir Rocco 4 smiling after losing millions in COVID. This is just showing us the new MC. I saw a film called House of Gucci that I've spoken a lot about. It's the Tusk. It's bringing in the Tuscany. It's filmed a lot in Tuscany. Okay, this is the post on the 29th of April when I dreamt about the motherland, Russia ship sunk called Moskva, the whale's-tailed Leviathan splash, Moby Dick, Moskva submarine, Marine Le Pen fell in the elections, Neptune enters Pisces, Poseidon 5-5, then goes back retro to Aquarius 4-7. Okay, so all this has already happened. It's about that missile. This is what the dream I had, a video that Aska and I did a year ago, merging and birthing of the new currency, Tesla versus Edison, everyone talking about Elon, Noel, Leon, Lone Star, Musk, Mars, simply the imposter, North Star, dart in the heart, D'Artagnan, bullseye, the flesh of the archer, the 4 musketeers, Tars, tears, go from the mutable cross, skull and bones, to the fixed cross. We're in the gap. Aquarius falls on the horizon now, not Elon Musk. BCJC becomes AC, date, DC, and Charlotte, the wife rising of D'Artagnan, 44 million, 4 times 4-wheel drive ahead. So, yeah, he bought for 44 million. It's just the 4 times 4-wheel drive. Okay, this is the post. I saw the House of Gucci. It was very enjoyable, great acting from Gaga, Gigi, again, Gigi, not from Iron's Fur, but what a load of crap the story is about now. The mafia take over from the priesthood, Venus falls and Mars rises. The Gigi, Green God, is back. 99, Gigi, PP, Prince Philip, Greek. Beginning of film, we see the truck company of Patricia's father, mafia. We are shown RR, Romulus Remus, written on trucks, Romans, Gypsies, Roman Republic falls, and the Black Mother, Russia, Asia, Widows, Mirror rises, Greasy Geeks, GG, G7, 77. The Titanic sunk and the Olympics stayed afloat. Olympics back, Mad Madonna, NRJ is born from NRG. Romans, Greeks, North Star, blah, blah, you can read that. But look, she's got her parrots, the Olympic and the Titanic, 45, it's that angle again, 45, there she is as the Little Mermaids, Medusa, and here is the stag, Instagram. This is Taurus and Aries. This is exactly where the sun is for this lunar eclipse. Saint Martin de Tours. This is the red cherry and the exactly what you just saw here, there. There we go, Napoleon. The moose, the mouse in the house, Morse code, beep, 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 the green man, the New Age symbol, Nike. Okay, so I hope that it's all joining up for you now. Meridian Hotel. In 1930, Paris became the new Meridian line when it's officially England, the Rose Line. So this was in Meridian Hotel. He's called Hunter. The Meridian Hotel. So we've got the Draco, we've got Polaris, and we've got Vega. And there they've put, there's going to be Hawaii 5-0 between the 55 on Harmonic Procession, the HP, Harry Potter, Holland Park. Holland Park, they created the Orangery, the Victorian Society. This is the Ultraviolet Passage. Ophelia, Mars and Venus become Pan, the Dauphin, the son of the Black Madonna, the upside down 5-pointed star is the Black Madonna holding her son. House of Gucci. Voila. Okay, so this is the course that we did over 2 months. It was meant to be 3 sessions of, 3 days of, what was it? It was meant to be 12 hours in all. We ended up doing over 35 hours. So this is just an example with each day. So once you buy the course, you've got on the first day 6 videos, week 1, and then you get the PDF of slides. So you've got part 1 and part 2 in all. There's about 600 slides. And in the first week, we just covered the manipulation of time, celestial sphere. So that's what those slides are showing. So these are the books that I use over the 5-day course as summary of part 1. And the only thing is that we had a lot of problem. Gavin, I'm going to be giving you his details. He's setting me up the new site. He was amazing. He went through incredible problems helping me to get this course up because the invisible forces were full on, from hackers, hacking, to having just so many problems with sound. He had to go over the sound. So on the first day, the sound is not very good. Then the sound improves. So I've kept the price. There was 7 people on the course. They paid €450. We did 2 extra days. There was no increase of price. And I'm keeping this course at $450. And we are setting up a members club where I am from now on. I will be doing videos that will be shared for people who are members. I don't want to be carrying on putting videos on YouTube. I want to focus much more just on astrology and all the different things I do on decoding and on astrology. I'll be doing shorter videos, not long courses like this. And I will be doing readings of examples. People have volunteered. Anybody who I've promised readings to, come forward. This is your chance. They will be available only on this site. So the videos are very protected because this is all the work that Gavin has been doing for me. So I can get into the site. So let's see if we can go back and you can see what it looks like when you come to the site. So, right. There's 6 videos on the first day, 5 on the second, 4, 3 on the 4th week, and 3 on the 5th week, where we're actually putting into practice everything we've learnt. And let's go back and see. So this site's called Accordance Community. If you come here, Astrology for Beginners, this is where you can buy the course. It's not with PayPal. You can use, there are 3 different methods. You can use credit cards, PayPal. I mean, it's just so complicated, everything that Gavin has done. And as you can see, we're going to create a community. This is Accordance Community. So I will be putting my videos. I'll do some on YouTube. I think I'm just going to, at the moment, it's a bit difficult because I haven't done a video for 2 months, so there's so much to cover. But I will continue doing YouTube, just weekly, catching up with what's going on in the sky. And then deeper videos will be part of the community. So we haven't worked out how we're going to do it yet. Will there be a small fee, yearly, monthly? I've got no idea. I think that I'm going to have open house to just be a member. And then for certain videos to watch my educational videos, there'll be a small price. But by the end of the summer, we'll have that worked out. I'm free for readings from this famous date, 19, 20, 21st. So this is what we're heading towards now, is this, you know, I think that 5/2, 5/20, just at midnight, coming on to the 21st is really, you know, what we're looking at. We're going to have, the moon will have just moved from Sagittarius, but we've got Mars just moved into Pisces, and we will have Mercury blinded by the sun under the Pleiadians. This is the Silver Gate, and we have the moon for the eclipse right between Libra and Scorpio. So there it will be on Antares, and this is exactly the killing when the 13th sign, he takes the power of the snake. And we've got the sun on Algol, we've got the North Node absolutely on Algol, and this is the merging, this is the rising of in stag ram, stag ram. So we're right at that. The deer has been made into the stag. And voila, darlings, it's always a lot to cover when I've been away for a long time, but we're going through the ultraviolet, and it could be, you know, the vibrations on Earth are so high at the moment. And some people just won't be able to take it. You've got to be able to stay in that middle green. And that's the passage through the heart. If you're not going through the heart, you can't activate that ultraviolet. So you need your 2 rings, your 2 green rings, like in the Magician's Nephew, to keep that center place. And that's what I'm doing here between RG and RG. And we're going to keep this beautiful and stable. And so go ahead and book. You're aware I haven't been flaunting it because it was a lot of stress doing it all. We went through a lot. Poor Gavin went through a lot of health issues. He suffered a lot doing all this course, going over all the sound, getting through all the sites he had to use to set up the site, having lots of problems. And as soon as we put the course online, we had 900 hackers on the but he's very clever. We had an absolutely impossible password and nobody was able to get in. But I am, you know, I've just been through marathon man torture for my teeth. I'm always living exciting things, but I managed to stay pretty in the middle. And, you know, once you're there, you really are untouchable. Okay, darlings, I love you very much. You can go ahead and book for the end of May for readings. And if you're interested in the course, go ahead. All my love. Bye for now.